Welcome courtside as we get ready for the second of two back-to-back top 10 battles in the D3Hoops.com Classic. Women's basketball action on the second day of this event. And honestly, after this, I think we might as well just go home. Nothing against all the rest of the teams, but we have hit the climax of this tournament early. I'm Dave McHugh, now joined by Pat Coleman as we get ready for starting lineups between number 2 Scranton and number 9 George Fox. Scranton, the visiting team, will be our first starters, and we start with their lineup. Emily Sheehan, the guard, and wearing number 2. Emily Sharina, guard at number 20. Lily Warhoftig, number 21, at guard as well. Mackenzie Mason, you might know her. She's pretty solid for the Royals at number 22. She's the team's leading scorer. She's also a guard. And Sophia Recupero, number 30, forward. Nick DiPello, in his first season as head coach at Scranton, after Trevor Woodruff left the program to take over the Bucknell team. They also lost one of their top assistants who went with Trevor to Bucknell. Scranton doesn't seem to have missed a beat, but this is the first hire outside of, quote-unquote, the Scranton world, as it were, and it's been pretty solid nonetheless. As for the, quote-unquote, home team today, it's the number 9 George Fox Bruins out of Oregon. They'll have the guard Emily Spencer, and wearing number 2, Kylan Coleman. Not related to Pat, different spelling that we're aware of, number 4 at guard. On the wing, it'll be Haley Hartney, the team's leading scorer, at number 24. Number 25, Haley Strobridge, also on the wing. And Kennedy Wilbanks, wearing number 1, will be, well, it says number 1. That's a mistake. Wilbanks. Oh, you know what? The system.
Wearing number 1.
Yeah, no, there we go. Michael Capolino, in his first season as well for the Bruins, is the head coach. And it's Emily Holder actually starting. We had a misprint in our starting lineups there. Emily Holder, actually the senior forward out of Tacoma, Washington. Not Wilbanks. I apologize for that. But again, back to Capolino. He's also a first-year head coach for this program after their head coach also left for D1 in the offseason.
And what an interesting move for Michael Capolino, head coach at Mount St. Mary.
Yes.
Which is in, north of Westchester County or so in New York. Had been there 5 seasons, 40-13 over the last 2 seasons. This is a big jump in, the type of team and the type of competition that his team is going to face over the course of the season in the Northwest Conference compared to the Skyline. So that'll be really interesting to see how, that all shakes out over the course of this season and ongoing seasons. Haven't played a conference game yet. They will, of course, once they get back from break. But this is obviously you coach the level of player that you have as well, but you have to coach against opposition.
George Fox is in the home grays, and they get the opening tip. They'll start on offense, moving left to right across your screen with the blue numbers and trim. Scranton is in the road purple with white numbers and trim, and a zone defense to start things off. And a foul inside to start things here.
So number 2 against number 9. We just saw number 6 kind of handle number 10, especially over the last 6.5 some minutes of the game. We're getting some great top-notch women's basketball competition here at the tournament, and Strobridge with the first bucket.
We'll get to the update in a second. Apparently some of my fixes did not want to hold from earlier. So we want to get our rankings in. It's that important a game.
So that's Scranton attacking the basket to our left here in the early going.
Scranton facing off against some man-to-man defense. Attacking inside. Swing it to the far side. Wing shot. Three-pointer airballed, unfortunately, by Sharina. Goes out of bounds, back to the Bruins with a 2-0 lead early in this one.
And really good man-to-man defense there. They force Scranton to put up a shot with 5 seconds left in the shot clock and not a good look at the basket. Right. And, when you get those bad looks, sometimes you don't even draw iron, and that is how George Fox gets the basketball back.
So the Bruins with the early 2-0 lead have their second possession, looking for more here. Tried to skip past it, and it will go out of bounds. Off of Sharina. It got a little wet, and it'll dry it off. So George Fox already dealing with the Scranton interior defense on display. The zone 2-3 from the Royals.
I don't think I got the sound down before
No, you
I
did
took
not.
the mic off.
You did
Sorry,
not.
I
It's
tried.
all right.
I
Slight
fumbled
earthquake here. Missed three-pointer, but a strong offensive rebound. Pulled down by Strobridge off the miss by Spencer. Another three in the corner. No, does not fall for Hartney. And Scranton will get the defensive board and come back the other direction, looking for their first points of the ball game. Three from the wing, off the front iron, no good. Ball bouncing around, out of bounds. Big collision at the sideline. And luckily both players will come back up. Such a collision. Running, I think a knee to the head there for Strobridge. As coming up, holding her wrist is Sheehan. Her right wrist, of course, Sheehan, 10.8 points a game for this team, 2.1 assists, shoots 41%. You don't want to lose her. Sixth in program history and 3-point field goal percentage. Coach Capolino wanting an understanding of what may have happened on the sideline. Apparently did not like the reason given to him. You point out, though, had huge success at Mount St. Mary, especially last season, getting that team to the NCAA tournament and doing some, at least turning some heads.
Absolutely.
Three-pointer on the way. That one closer, but missed. As Scranton is 0 for its first 3 shots of the game.
Well, it's just going to be a very interesting year in women's basketball altogether, Dave. I mean, obviously the defending national champ, no longer members of Division III, so things are kind of wide open at the top. Scranton, getting a bunch of number 1 votes. We have all those teams in the NESCAC, where we just saw Amherst, and Amherst, may well be the 3rd best team in the NESCAC.
Possibly. Tufts and Bowdoin currently ranked ahead of them.
Right, and they're obviously
and Williams getting votes too.
Yeah, so there is a lot of
big
opportunity in Division III women's basketball this season.
Back-to-back fouls there by Recupero. I just can't say it right today to save my life.
Recupero?
Yes, thank you.
Unless it's Recupero. Is it on the? Is it
will.
a second to last syllable?
I like that version of it. Better than my version, that is for sure. By the way, our officials for this game, Jen Leach, Maria Fowler, and Bray Butler. Jen Leach, the blonde on the near side. Free throw is good, so George Fox up to 3-0. By the way, 2 quick fouls on Scranton in that play. And that's going to maybe change some things around, as it's now a 4-0 lead for George Fox as we are a minute and a half into this contest. Scranton has yet to make a basket. 0 for 3 so far in this contest. Man-to-man defense from the Bruins.
Until you tell me otherwise, I'm going to call her Ray Cupero, and that is who picked up foul number 2 and is out of the game right now for Scranton. I suppose I could do that while you're...
That's okay. I like to multitask.
A little bit of trap here. Good job passing out of it.
Oh, good block there on the elbow. Now tied up. No, they're going to call a foul. It's going to go against Spencer. She reached in for that.
Yeah, McCurdy should get a... Yeah, there we go. McCurdy gets a block. There were a lot of blocks in the first game. There were a lot of blocks in the box score. There were a fair number of blocks that were not in the box score as well.
I agree.
So,
though still,
that was a pretty
Amherst
obvious
came away with
one.
9.
I know. It could have had like 15, frankly. 3 ball. Nope.
Missed the 3, and George Fox gets another rebound. DeSales had another problem in that game, and they only had 3 offensive rebounds a game on 1 possession in the second quarter. Skip pass to the far side on the ground. Drive, shot, no good for Hartney. Scranton battles for the rebound, will come back the other direction, looking for their first points of this contest. Nice pass inside, free and open layup. It's easy when it comes that easy for Mason. 4-2. Go ahead.
Scranton needed to get on the board as well. So
that looked like an extra step, to be honest with you, but it's not called. It's a 6-2 lead now off the layup from Holder.
Well, I think what we're seeing and what we saw in the first game, right, is games that you should see in perhaps the round of 8, right, or something like that. You got number 10 versus number 6, and you've got Recupero on the bench right now with 2 fouls. You've got number 2 versus number 9. That's kind of how these games line up, right? It's like you've got the 2 back-to-back games in the round of 8. And, you get to experience that in December. And you get to then go back to your conference. And if you're fortunate enough to win that conference or get one of the 20-some at-large bids and get back to the NCAA tournament, then you can kind of draw back on this game that you played back in December and apply it to something that might be helpful for you in March.
Mm-hmm.
And what I love is that, you've got Newburgh, Oregon against Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Absolutely.
You've got yesterday you had Biddeford, Maine against Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Not that would be an NCAA tournament matchup, but you get to see teams from different parts of the country, different styles, people that you would never otherwise see.
Saw the officials discuss and then point at the scoreboard about something. Not sure what it was, but it doesn't matter. Scranton gets the free throw there from McCurdy. She's got one more coming for the accounting major.
Scoreboard looks great.
Yeah, no, I love the scoreboard. It helps light the building a little more.
Yeah, actually, I kind of think, especially, that's the next thing that needs to happen is there needs to be a little more lighting.
Considering how many, yeah, I know.
Pick up your dribble 80 feet from the basket.
Is
that what you were reacting to?
Yes, and the dangerous lob pass there.
Yeah.
It looked a little low, but George Fox withstands the full court press. Scranton staying in their 2-3, wide open three, near wing. That one sneaks in for Bishop, and that's a big shot for the Bruins, who now lead by 5.
Bishop 47% from downtown. You cannot leave her open like that. Way too far open.
Drive to the lane, missed the layup. Good opportunity there for Rodriguez. Can't get it to fall. By the way, I love the numbers on Scranton. Big, bold, and beautiful. You can see them great.
They are fairly legible. They may be more legible to you. The gray, nice three-pointer again.
That one coming from Coleman.
The gray number and the white outline kind of meld into each other a little bit.
Agreed.
Agreed. Yeah.
Little pattern on those numbers, too.
I don't love the font.
No, I just like the size. That's all I care
about.
They are
huge. That's helpful.
5:06 remaining. Drive. Layup goes for Sheehan. And Scranton cuts the deficit in half. They're now trailing by 6, 12-6.
Yeah, got to get some points, but got to get some defensive stops. Yeah,
and
exactly.
Nearly got one there as the attempted steal by McCurdy. And we will get a couple subs here. It looks like Recupero and was that Walsh came into the game? Correction, not Walsh. Quigley come into the game for Scranton.
Well, I think where those stops are going to come, obviously, you could play better half-court defense. You could not leave the shooter wide open. But also...
That's 2-3. That's their tough... Well also now back to a man.
Just the press. There's opportunities there in the press. They have not quite gotten those plays yet.
3, open, nothing but net for Stowbridge. Back-to-back three-pointers for the Bruins.
Stowbridge came into the tournament 7 of 10 from downtown, now 8 of 11.
15-6 the lead. Inside, up, off glass, no good for Quigley. Battle for the board. You can actually hear the collision on our mics. And it'll be a foul against Scranton. Royals went to man-to-man defense and still gave up a 3. As we'll get a couple subs here.
It was a much more tightly defended 3, though, obviously.
Oh, absolutely.
It couldn't be less tightly defended, obviously, than the one that Bishop hit because there was no one within 6 feet of her there. That's a much tougher shot. It's a shot from the corner, much lower percentage shot. Credit, of course, to, Holder to Strobridge for being able to knock it down.
In double bonus to Strobridge on the line to shoot here. Misses the first. Emily Spencer into the game for the Bruins along with Haley Hartney.
All bonus is double bonus in women's.
In women's, right.
Yeah.
First to 5 gets, or not first to 5, but when you get to 5, you get the double bonus.
No, just the first to 5.
That'd be a fascinating version, wouldn't it?
Oh, we really changed the ball game that way.
George Fox in the man-to-man. Thought about the shot there, did Sheehan. Drive in and met in the air by Stowbridge and company. Knocked out of bounds. Will be Royals possession. 17 on the shot clock. 4:09 in the quarter.
Ball knocked all the way into the locker room area back there.
Almost lost it for good there. Monahan with it to Sheehan. That one telegraphed a little bit, but a holding foul will be called on the near steal as they try to get it inside to Recupero.
Remember, Recupero back in there with 2 fouls right now.
Yeah, I think they need her size. And of course, Recupero 6'2" listed. Abraham. I will try it later. One other player at 6'2", but not one that George Fox is going to go to at this point. 3-second violation called on the Royals as they struggle to do something with the ball in the paint. Turnover number 3. George Fox has not turned it over yet. As into the game for the Bruins comes Bishop and Baker.
I think Scranton's ball movement on offense is a little unusual, stilted, not very good.
Quick ball movement down into the paint. Force out, wide open 3 coming. That one left short, rebound, put back, no good, put back, still no good. And Scranton will come up with a rebound. No, they'll call it a jump ball, but it will be Scranton possession.
Wow, Hartney had, first off, the rainbow 3 that basically would have been an assist if Hartney could have finished that off.
Yeah.
And then gets her own rebound. Second shot, not as good a look at the basket, but really surprised that neither one of those went down.
3.5 minutes left in the quarter, 16-6 the lead. Number 9, George Fox up on number 2, Scranton here. A game that Scranton needs to make a statement in, to be honest with you. They are number 2, but they could be number 1 with a win. Blocked on the shot. Getting up there was Baker, but Scranton holds on. Did not hit the rim, obviously. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. And Monahan, they call an offensive charge. No, they call an illegal screen.
Yeah, away from the basketball.
On Quigley. And that was a good call. She was definitely moving. As into the game for the Bruins comes Coleman again. And into the game for the Royals comes Mason.
Well, this is just that George Fox defense. And the reason why Scranton's having trouble moving the ball around is because suffocating defense. They're not finding people open. And, in that instance,
picked it up. I'll call the kickball. Good call. I was trying to figure out that for a second.
She said violation.
Interesting tactic, throwing it off to get the kickball.
Right.
Still
it's
has to cross the timeline.
It's just like playing against your brothers in the driveway.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how we always did it.
Yeah. Usually you see that to go out of bounds. That was just intent to get the kick.
But again, that was another near
High
opportunity
IQ.
for that Scranton press
Yeah.
to get the turnover. And eventually, I think it's going to.
8 seconds on the shot clock. 3-point in the corner left short. And it'll be picked up off the effort by Hartney. Here comes Monahan into the front court. They'll skip it to the far side to Recupero. Oh, correction, I didn't think so. It was Sharina. Now into the near side. 3 on the way. Back iron, no good as Scranton continues to struggle. Rodriguez misses that one. They are now 2 for 10 from the floor. Scoop shot, no good there from Coleman. And we're going to go in a track meet. And a near steal there from Spencer, but you got a lot of Monahan on the way in. And we'll pick up the foul. That is her second so far, and will probably result in a break, though not quite yet. Coming back in is Emily Holder for the Bruins, and Lily Warhoftig comes in. And there's that sub we were waiting for. Coming in is Strobridge to replace Spencer. 2:11 left to go in the first quarter. George Fox leading by 10, 16-6. I'm Dave McHugh, Pat Coleman alongside. 3-pointer on the way, left just short and to the right for Scranton as they continue to struggle now, 2 of 11.
Yeah, just forced to rush that shot because the defender's right on her.
Hartney for 3, getting more into the range. That one climbing over the back a little bit, but no call on the rebound by Baker, and then a foul on her shot. That's going to drive Coach Nick DePillo a little bit crazy, I suspect. Scranton's played, you were talking about conference games for George Fox. Scranton's played 1. It wasn't exactly against the toughest competition in the conference, playing the bottom of the conference in Goucher, though an improving program under their head coach of 4 seasons. But still, for Scranton, they haven't gotten the Moravians yet. They haven't gotten the Elizabethtown. They haven't gotten Catholic. That stuff will come, and that will be the true test for Scranton down the road. As both free throws are good and extends the lead to 18-6. Both teams are technically in the double bonus now, as we have 1:40 left. Kick out near side with it. McCurdy, now they'll set up the offense with Hofdig with 7 on the shot clock. Good flash defense from the Bruins. 3-point from the top of the key is missed. Rebound tied up. Shot clock went off, though I swore that hit the rim. Doesn't matter, the officials ignored it.
I mean, it was close enough that it didn't. It might not have. It was
Right,
not.
sure.
It didn't obviously hit the rim.
Coming up on a minute left in the quarter, a quarter that George Fox has definitely been in control of. As Hartney continues to miss shots, but puts that one through. And a timeout called by Scranton, as with 59.1 seconds left, they find themselves in a 20-6 hole. It's a full timeout. We'll take it as well. George Fox making a statement to start this first quarter.
I did receive a non-athletic scholarship upon entering school.
I got the presidential scholarship, which was huge for me.
I think there's more opportunities for academic scholarships in Division III.
I did receive academic scholarships. Just being involved on campus, being a leader, all those things combined kind of get me recognized. It's a great experience for me.
You may not realize it, but these words, often used to describe someone with a mental health condition, can be very harmful. In a country where 1 in 5 people are affected by a mental health condition, it's time for all of us to step up and change the conversation. Just because someone's struggle isn't obvious on the outside doesn't mean they aren't hurting on the inside. We need to see the person, not the condition. Join with me, pledge to be stigma-free.
Welcome back courtside as we close out the first quarter. 59.1 seconds left on Dave McHugh. Pat Coleman alongside George Fox, 9th-ranked team in the country, leading 20-6. Yeah, you're right. I had it wrong. Hadn't added the other 2 points we just got. George Fox with the lead.
Impressive first quarter for George Fox. We talked about Scranton with its pressure. All of those times that they've had the press on, and they've only generated 1 George Fox turnover here in this entire first quarter.
Scranton needing points here. They are 2 for 12 from the floor. Monahan step back 3, buries it.
That was already better ball movement even before Monahan got that shot off.
Breaks an 0 for 6 streak from the beyond the arc, and the first points in a while for Scranton.
Yeah, just much more impressive offensive possession for the Royals. The Lady Royals. Obviously, scoring makes it impressive, but just looking more like an offense.
18 seconds remaining. And a foul as a little bit slow on the shuffle was McCurdy. Of course, that means double bonus time, so Holder will go to the line. She is a 64.5+% free throw shooter.
Meanwhile, kind of escaping unnoticed is Recupero's 3rd personal foul.
Good point. Recupero picked up 2 quick in the early part of the quarter.
Then they brought her back out, right? We talked
They
about
needed
it.
her. And now they're going to have to play probably the second quarter without her.
Right, they're paying for it, exactly.
Missed the second free throw.
Yep, can take the last shot here.
Yep, hold on to it and look for an option. Coleman with it, being guarded by Monahan. Screen comes. Coleman, dish, near side, 3. Nothing but net. George Fox with a statement to close out the first quarter. A big lead, 24-9 on the Royals, the number 2 team in the country.
What a great possession there by Coleman. Coleman, the senior, obviously smart, knows what to do with the basketball, rose up, got great elevation, and then found the shooter in the corner for the 3. Great way to end the first quarter if you're a George Fox fan.
George Fox leads the Royals 24-9 at the break. Back with second quarter action after this.
It starts right when you hit the court. You imagine your finest moment. The game-winning shot that gets you to the dance. A monster dunk or no-look pass, and cutting down the net. Sports lets us dream of our own success and prepare us for our finest moments on and off the court.
I just wanted to get good grades and to do well. But it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience, not only participate in your sport, but participate in things outside of that. And it's all about growing as a person.
My coaches have helped me with figuring out who I really am. Their lives are dedicated for us to succeed.
Welcome back. We are live as we just get the quarter started. One of the things I do like about our officials, they don't waste time, but sometimes it bites us. Dave McHugh, Pat Coleman alongside is the number 9 team in the country. George Fox Bruins have started this game with a statement.
I tried really hard to hold them for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I need to have a red hat, I guess, and stand up.
24-9 the lead for the Bruins on the turnover. Double dribble violation. So Scranton will get it back.
We mentioned, of course, the one turnover in the first quarter. 7 of 17 shooting for George Fox, 41%, 4 of 9 from downtown. Scranton just 3 of 13. They were 1 of their first 10, and they were 1 of 7 from beyond the arc. Also out-rebounded by 12-7 margin.
Monahan with the ball. Monahan's the one who hit that 3 right at the end of the quarter. By the way, the second turnover just picked up to start the quarter. Driving, left it short, though. Expected contact was Warhoptig. And so George Fox will get it back again and looking to extend the lead here on the number 2 ranked team in the country. Lob pass. That wasn't going to get there. Scranton trying to come up with the ball. Will do so. No, not before Rodriguez double dribbles the ball and will turn it right back over.
Michael Coppolino telling his team during the break between the first and second quarter, don't look at the score. This is a really good team you're playing. Know that they'll battle back. Watch number 24. That's Monahan. It all starts with her, and that is, of course, where it does indeed all start. She has only 3 of the 9, but that big three-pointer that, got a little spark going.
He's right, though, that they will fight back. This is not a team that doesn't know how to deal with adversity, as that shot is left short.
She's not on the floor right now, though. Monahan getting a bit of a break, and we'll see what the offense looks like without her.
She hasn't actually started any games this season. Stourbridge's shot went out of bounds off the rim. She hasn't started any games. Nick DePillo's actually brought her off the bench. Definitely a different role for Monahan this season. 8.5 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. Scranton looking to fire up its offense. Trails in this game 24-9. Near side, Sheehan with it. She'll step for the 3. That one rattles home. (24-12) the score with 8:08 remaining in the quarter. Scranton abandoning that zone after allowed George Fox so many good opportunities early on. Picked up the dribble. Scranton trying to shut it down. Pass inside. Off glass and in. Looking good for Stourbridge. As somehow we're subtracting points now in the system, and I'm not sure how that happened.
Is that appropriate? Should we not do that?
I have never seen that happen in this system.
That is weird. I see that. Look at that. Huh.
Beyond baffled at our scoring system is suddenly subtracting points.
It's golf. We're doing golf now.
Double tap something.
It's impressive, man.
Trying to fix it, but I don't know how. Drive to the lane, and how about that basket by Rodriguez?
+2.
I'd love to make it +2. That is the weirdest thing.
And here's the pressure, right? The pressure's having a little more
timeout
impact. If nothing else, making them work, right? Making them use a timeout.
Coach Capolino calls timeout. He just wants it to be a 30, so they'll keep it here.
I think he also wanted to make sure that it was going to be inbounded in the front court.
That's true.
End of the first period at Stevens. They're hosting a tournament where Christopher Newport is leading number 1 ranked Tufts 17-12. That's at the end of one there. You get that and many, many other scores on the D3Hoops.com scoreboard. Go to D3Hoops.com and look for scores. Here the score 26-14. Scranton now 5 of 16 from the floor, so that's 2 of 3 here in the second quarter, 1 of 1 from beyond the arc, and that means also that they've hit 4 of their last 6. You hear Dave clicking, trying to get his
never seen that before.
His production truck here to do things correctly.
Stepped out of bounds, so that'll be a turnover for the Bruins right out of the timeout. That's not what Coach Capolino drew up.
Fairly certain. I think we can say that.
So Scranton will get it back here. That's just turnover. Well, that's turnover number 4.
Yeah, 3 of them here in this quarter.
Yeah, so suddenly George Fox playing into Scranton's hands a little bit.
And that doesn't exactly go on the press, but it really should.
Three-pointer, Sheehan, top of the key, front iron, rattles home off the bank. And suddenly the deficit now within 9, 26-17.
Sheehan with 5. She averages a hair short of 11 points a game, shooting 42% from beyond the arc on the season.
Ooh, getting aggressive there is we're off to picking up her dribble in trouble.
Yeah.
Coleman got in trouble right in the middle of 3 defenders. It gets tied up and will keep the ball. 12 seconds on the shot clock.
Fortunate to keep the ball, frankly, because not a wise decision. And then 3 people collapse on her. Nobody comes to the ball. She gets tied up, and the only reason she's able to maintain the joint possession is by holding the ball behind her back. That's a kind of a generous jump ball, to be honest.
Emily Spencer into the game along with Aubrey Baker for the Bruins. Nice pass inside, but I thought it was a better block from behind, but McCurdy must have gotten body or arm on that block. Coach Nick DePillo, I can read that. No way. Her second foul.
No,
but
yes way.
Our lead official disagrees entirely.
I would go with that.
So we'll go to line here for Holder.
She was late. She made an aggressive move defensively, had to come up and make contact in order to do it.
Misses the free throw. George Fox now 6 of 9 from the line. Hits that one 6 of 10. Just the 3rd point of the quarter, 6-3 in favor of Scranton so far. She will sub out, and back into the game comes Hardy. Or Hofdig with the ball. Goes around the screen, looking for help. No, goes scoop up and will get the foul. She went kind of up and under, weaved her way through some arms and drew contact, so she will go to the line here for the opportunity. She is a 69% free throw shooter as Monahan now back into the game, replacing Rodriguez. And now if you're Coach Capolino, you got to remind your team that she is kind of the spark plug.
Foul was on Baker, her first of the afternoon.
One more coming after the miss. Makes that one. So 27-18 the lead now for the Bruins. And the Monahan will lead off the token full court press. Though the defense now certainly extended man-to-man outside the arc. 6 minutes to go here in the quarter. Looking to pass inside, no opportunities. Driving the lane now is Spencer. Spencer now kick out. That's going to be a traveling violation on Baker. As flashing out on her was Quigley, and I think it just distracted her enough to force her to shuffle her feet.
Baker's first turnover of the afternoon, 4th one here in the second quarter. But Scranton is, they've edged back into this, obviously. It's better than it was at the end of the first, but still down by 9.
Good idea on the pick and roll, but Monahan unable to find Quigley successfully. I think actually just missed dribble, forced Monahan to wait a second there, and then Quigley wasn't in the best position as a result. It's also tough always to have an entry pass from the top of the key. 5.5 minutes left. Bruins, whose offense has quieted down since Scranton has gone into the man-to-man.
And they've only taken 2 shots this quarter.
Right, trying to come up with a little bit of momentum here. And that's another time. That's the second time Hartley has gotten the ball, then decided to dribble, and she's taken a hop step right as she goes to dribble, and it's caused her 2 turnovers in a row. And she'll exit out now of the game.
Yeah, I mean,
it seems like something she probably does often, to be honest. We'll keep an eye on it. Mackenzie Mason, by the way, back in the game now for Scranton. She's got the ball, shot from about 17. Used everything to go in, and suddenly Scranton within 7. They were down 24-9 at the end of the quarter. On an 11-3 run here to start the second. Yep, that's going the other way.
There's another turnover, too. It's just
3 in a row.
It's not the press, right?
No.
There's one that could be remotely attributed to the press because it forced them to call a timeout. They turned it over coming out of the timeout. This is all in the front court, and it's like mental mistakes, and it's travels, and it's offensive fouls.
Another 17-foot shot does not fall. Man, that would have been pretty.
Almost the exact same thing.
That last one by Hartney, she just raised the elbow, and that's going to draw an official's eye to start with, but then the Scranton player goes flying. That's going to result in the whistle. 4.5 minutes left, and suddenly George Fox is struggling to find their offense. Hartney with it far side. get on top of the key to Spencer. Spencer, step in from the elbow. Shot, back iron, no good. And Scranton's got momentum. Down by 7, looking to cut into it more. Monahan, kick out. Sheehan, into the corner. 3, back iron, no good. And the Bruins will come up with a rebound.
Good look, though, right?
Yeah.
You know, she finds the shooter wide open in the corner, just cannot get it to fall.
Spencer brings it across the timeline.
This three-pointer by Team.
How do you do that?
There we go. It got updated. Sorry. That is how
that's a good backup plan, though.
I haven't seen how. That is how they log it as a missed three-pointer first.
True.
And then is when you get prompted to put in the player's name. I've just never seen it update in the middle of that transaction.
Capolino was looking for something off ball there. Sheehan will drive in, will not get bailed out by the officials, except that the ball deflects off of a Bruin, and so stay Scranton ball with 9 seconds on the shot clock.
Just, night and day. First quarter to second quarter.
Insane. Emily Holder back in along with Kylan Coleman for the Bruins. I missed who returned for Scranton. Sheehan will get it. That was a blind pass by Monahan. She just knew Sheehan was going to be open. Monahan now with it. Thought about a shot. You could tell. 1 second on the shot clock. Air balls, but George Fox gets it immediately. No whistle. It'll let them continue. 3:10 left to go. Bruins fighting to find their offense. Hartley for 3. There it is.
That's a good place to look for offense.
30-20 now the lead. Monahan quickly down court, behind the back, step back, free throw, left it short.
Yep.
Fought for the rebound by Scranton, though. How about that effort from Sharina?
Nicely done. That seemed destined to go out of bounds.
Sheehan with the ball. Three-pointer. Back iron, no good. Big fight for the rebound on the baseline. In the meantime, Coleman brings it up over the timeline. Three-pointer, front iron, no good from Stowbridge. And Scranton has another rebound, will come across, and now they'll set up again. Sheehan, pump fake, drive, kick out. Oh, nice deflection, but tracked down well by Mason. Monahan with it, 2:20 left and under 15 on the shot clock. Thought about it, changed her mind. Mason with it, kick out to Monahan. Monahan will drive, back to Mason. Mason off glass, and it's good. Good ball movement there as well.
Really good ball movement, lots of passes, and eventually you're probably going to find somebody open if you don't turn the ball over.
2 minutes left to go in the quarter that has allowed the Royals back into this contest. Coach Capolino might have reminded George Fox that Scranton can get back in the game, but their offense has sputtered in this quarter. Monahan with a little hip check, got away with that one. 1:45 left. Hartley drives in a big collision, and a blocking call is going to be called on Sheehan here. That's her second. With 1:43 left to go in the quarter, will send Hartley to the line, where she is a 64% free throw shooter. George Fox overall, 71.5% free throw shooting team. Scranton surprisingly 63%.
Yeah, that is surprising from a top team in Division III.
Mm-hmm. Left that free throw short. Hartley has not seemed on target so far in this game. She's a 51% shooter from the floor, 57.5% from beyond the arc. And from the free throw line, we mentioned 64%. She misses 2. She's just left everything short.
Yeah, Hartley 2 for 8 from the floor today, 1 for 4 from downtown, and 0 for 2 from the line.
90 seconds remaining here in the half. And a traveling violation is going to turn it over. Scranton with a rare turnover in this quarter. Both teams now with 7. 6 for George Fox in this quarter alone.
Yep, and 3 for Scranton.
1:22 remaining. Bruins with the lead by 8. Pass inside, foul coming. Missed shot, though, by Stowbridge. And that is going to be on
Rodriguez.
Her
first.
Yeah, that is her first. Thank you. I was double checking something else and got distracted. Criminal justice major is Rodriguez. Stowbridge, in the meantime, goes back and finally hits that free throw. So 31-22 now the lead for George Fox.
Stowbridge with 12.
Scranton whittled it down, but George Fox now just keeping him at arm's distance. 2 free throws made, 10-point lead. Monahan with the ball as we approach 70 seconds left to go in the half. Mason with it. Nice pass inside to a wide open Quigley, who missed 2 shots. 3 on the way, hits the sidearn. We got a big collision on the near side with no whistle. Monahan now has it. 10 seconds on the shot clock as none of the shots have come close. Oh, Monahan's shot drifted on her. 45 seconds left. George Fox now with the ball and a near steal by Rodriguez.
I like the aggressiveness, right? You step into the passing lane. If nothing else, even if you can't come up with a steal, you force them to throw the ball in, and, no inbounds play is guaranteed.
She leads the team at 2.6 steals per contest coming in. 37 seconds left. There's about a 16-second difference between shot and game clock. Driving in is Spencer. Correction, not Spencer. It's Coleman draws the foul.
Puts the ball on her hip.
Keeps it away from the defense.
Yeah, it's a clear sign that you're not dribbling it, I guess is what I was getting at.
No, I get it. 1.2 second difference between shot clock and game clock is she hits the first free throw. Hits the second. Suddenly a 12-point lead again for George Fox.
Yeah, if you get out of this, without giving up a 3, you can go to the halftime locker room with a double-digit lead. You can kind of convince yourself that you've weathered the storm a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Maybe get a little more confidence going into the third quarter because things were kind of slipping away from them. It was a 7-point differential with the opportunity to cut it down to 5 or 4, and instead, George Fox currently up by 12 here with 13 seconds to go in the half.
Shot clock off. So Scranton looking for the last shot here with 5 seconds left. Driving in, Sheehan drives it in the bottom of the rim. Shot for a Hail Mary. Nope, that'll come well short for George Fox, but it doesn't matter. They hit the half with a 34-22 lead. It may not, Pat, have been the best second quarter for them, but as you said, they kind of withstood the run there by Scranton, held on, and now they sit in control going into halftime.
It just took 6 field goals that entire second quarter. They turned the ball over 6 times. We talked about that a couple of times. They obviously, they made 5 of their 8 free throws, and 5 of 8 isn't great. That's 63%, but it gives you an opportunity to get some of those points back. And with looking at how they had been struggling early on in that quarter, to come back and only have given back 3 points of that lead is a pretty good second quarter if you're a George Fox fan.
So the Bruins with a 12-point lead on the Lady Royals here at halftime. We'll take a break, run some ads, stretch our legs. Hope you do so as well. Come back for stats and second half action in a bit. You're watching the second top 10 battle of the day here in the D3Hoops.com Classic. It's day 2, game 4 of our 16-game event. George Fox, the number 9 team in the country, leads Scranton, the number 2 team in the country, 34-22 at the half.
I just wanted to get good grades and to do well. But it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience, not only participate in your sport, but participate in things outside of that. And it's all about growing as a person.
My coaches have helped me with figuring out who I really am. Their lives are dedicated for us to succeed.
This is why we love sports. It's in the way they play, free from the pressures and all the money talk. Playing for simply the love of the game, where everyone has a shot at their definition of success on and off the field. This is what we love about sports, and what we can still love about college sports.
My name is Marcus Walker. I was All-State, won a state championship, a high school All-American, and played college and pro ball. I played because I love the game. I grind to be the best. I sweat because I put in work. I'm strong because I believe. When I want to bring it before game time, I come to the house that college basketball built, the CBE. No matter your skill, take it to another level. Elevate your game right here at the College Basketball Experience at Sprint Center.
It starts right when you hit the court. You imagine your finest moment. The game-winning shot that gets you to the dance, a monster dunk or no-look pass, and cutting down the net. Sports lets us dream of our own success and prepare us for our finest moments on and off the court.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
In any way that we can.
To get a friend home safe.
To never blame the victim.
It's on us.
To stand up.
To make our community safe for all.
It's on us.
It's on us to look out for each other at parties.
It's on us.
To be more than just a bystander.
To step up and say something.
It's on us, all of us.
To stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
I coined my definition of success in 1934. My definition of success is peace of mind attained only through self-satisfaction in knowing you made the effort to do the best of which you're capable. It's like reputation and character. Reputation is what others perceive you to be. Character is what you are.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
I used to never really talk. Ever. I was afraid if I said something wrong, everyone would laugh at me. But then I started to play golf with Special Olympics. It helped me to find my voice. And now everyone else is speechless.
Great moments are born from great opportunity. That's what you have here tonight. That's what you've earned here tonight. This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
Football has taught me a lot throughout my life. It's definitely had a huge imprint on who I am as a person. Competing at a Division III level created that opportunity for me to go to college. Not only was I the first one in my family to graduate college, but I was really the first one to even go. Being the first one, I'm breaking that cycle, and now that I've graduated, I'm not sure what's the next step, but I know I have a lot of doors open. And a lot of those are open because I played football and ran track here at Otterbein.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball, or it's not just about school. It's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
Studying in college taught me to strive and be the best athlete I can be, but also the best student I can be. My coaches always made sure that the student comes first, because not everyone's going to become a professional athlete. So they make sure that we will do great in academics. I knew that would only open the door to my future, and I'm really excited to start my dream program for physical therapy.
Welcome back to courtside here at halftime of the 10th annual D3Hoops.com Classic. In our second top 10 battle of the day, Amherst winning against DeSales in our battle of 6v10. Currently, number 9 has the lead on number 2 in this game. George Fox up 34-22 on Scranton. We'll take a look at the stats at halftime, and obviously all stats in favor of George Fox right now. Shooting 9 of 23 from the floor, 5 of 11 from beyond the arc. They're also out-rebounding Scranton 19 of 14, though turnovers are equal at 7 apiece. Scranton 8 of 28 from the floor, though most of that coming in the second quarter. 3 of 13 from beyond the arc, 2 of those coming in the second quarter. Leading scorer for George Fox with 13 points is Haley Stobridge. A lot of those coming in the first quarter. Leading scorer for Scranton with 8 points is Emily Sheehan. And Pat, if you're Scranton here, you got to come out with a different strategy to find a way to get the offense going. The defense, I think they made a good adjustment, went to the man and kind of stymied George Fox in the second quarter. They just can't get the offense rolling at all against this Bruins squad.
Yeah, and really interesting too, Dave, in that, you know, they have had to adjust by having Recupero on the bench. She picked up the 2 fouls early in the first quarter, then they brought her back, and she picked up number 3 in pretty short order as well. She only managed to have 5 minutes and 22 seconds on the floor in the first half, so that's going to be, see how, with her back out there, how does that work out? Can she stay out of foul trouble? Can she stay in the game? And if so, that obviously helps that offense out quite a bit.
She is on the floor to start this one as we switch sides. Scranton in their road purples with white numbers and gray numbers and white trim. They start with a basket. It's Mason for 2 as Scranton at least gets the opening basket. Well, I thought I reset everything, and now apparently it is reset again on me.
You can't restart the software because we're going to do the game. I know.
We'll try another trick.
Dave has tricks up his sleeve for production truck, let me tell you. So this is George Fox working on the basket to the left side of your screen here in the second half. They've got the gray with the dark blue numbers and the white trim. 3-pointer on the way, and that is no good for Holder, and rebounded by Scranton. Lady Royals trail by 10, 34-24, and that's an entry pass to Recupero that is going to draw the foul. Looks like they're going to get Emily Holder for the holding.
Seems appropriate enough. We are in the third quarter here as we're underway. Obviously, there was a big score for the first quarter. 9 minutes left.
I mean, they didn't score a ton in the second quarter,
Fair
so
point.
that was mostly done in the first quarter. Nice shot.
3-pointer immediately back the other direction.
Coleman with her second 3-pointer of the afternoon. She's got 8.
Forgive the timeouts. No timeouts were called in the making of that graphic. 3-pointer, no, way long for Scranton as they struggle coming out of the block with some shooting, though they got the first basket to fall, but they're all of a sudden down 13 here.
George Fox has been to this tournament before, but not since the 2015 season. Yeah. All these players are new, head coach is new, right? So there's no institutional knowledge either, but there's a offensive foul. Nice job drawing the offensive foul there by Sheehan.
Second time Hartney's thrown the elbow.
It is tougher to shoot from the top of the key on that right-hand side of the floor because the shooting backdrop is so far back. It's a little easier from the wing, or it's not much different from the wings. And from the corner, it's not any different than shooting in the left-hand side of the gym.
True.
The arena. I can call it an arena.
Mason, quick spin, but found herself under the basket. Shot, hits the bottom of the rim. Coming back the other direction, Coleman dumps it off. Shot, did not fall for Emily Holder.
Well, I mean, I don't know why they were pushing the ball that hard, why they were driving that hard to begin with, and I thought it was going to be a big mistake, and I thought I was going to give Coleman a hard time for making a bad decision, and then, it's just Holder almost bailed that out, just couldn't quite get it to finish.
Inbounding the ball is Rodriguez. I'd argue that maybe Scranton needs to get to Monahan quick here, because she seems to be the one who has gotten this offense to go. And again, not starting this season, different under a new head coach, though Mason hits the jumper there.
Well, and I'm sure that Coach DePillo is like, we cannot rely on her being on the floor the entire time.
No,
right?
Agreed. No, he's got to have these other players be able to do something. Agreed. But guess who's going to the scorer's table right now to check into this game? Bridget Monahan.
Monahan, a freshman. Her brother plays on Scranton men's basketball team. Her dad played for Trenton State, which now know as the College of New Jersey, which is not here at this tournament.
Despite our
as
graphics.
much as what the banner in the building might suggest.
My surprise of her not starting is I think from what I've seen this season, she's been so integral that I'm surprised it's not one of those decisions that finally go, maybe this is the right one to go. She comes in, she replaces Warhoftig, and granted, I get it. Warhoftig's a senior, Rodriguez is a junior. The way Monahan is running the offense, it just makes you think she's the senior. She seems so confident out there as that pass from Mason trying to give and go to Serena I apologize to Recupero, doesn't go the way they wanted.
Well, I think we've seen coaches do this, right? You want to have someone who's a spark plug off the bench who can provide some instant offense. And, if that means that your best scorer is someone who comes off the bench, then maybe that's the reason you do it. Monahan's not the leading scorer, but if she played 32 to 34 minutes, maybe she might be. And she probably will be someday. But it's good to have that person that you can bring in.
Mason with an acrobatic shot off a great pass. Up top from Recupero, and we cut the deficit to 9 here on this little mini run.
That's the preseason All-American.
Yes, absolutely. Three-pointer, Sheehan, back iron, no good. Fight for the rebound, Rodriguez, foot out of bounds. Did a really good job against two much taller players, but couldn't hold on.
Yeah, this is what this game is going to be like, right? It's going to be this heavyweight battle. And while it was a little bit strange in the first quarter and in the first 6 minutes maybe of the second quarter.
So this should be a full set to 30. They will do that on the shot clock. They were checking that. It had gone to 20, but because Scranton had gained possession.
Yep, that's a change of possession.
It's an actual change of possession, so it's a full 30 here for George Fox.
I don't think they're going to use it.
Nope, nope, they're not.
They're not going to get any
because,
of it.
Because Rodriguez gets the steal. Coming down, fake, off glass and in, and Scranton on the move here. Cut the deficit to within 7. They've gotten this close before.
Just nice job by Rodriguez. I mean, she leads the team in steals.
Oh, yeah.
And you saw it right there. She steps into the passing lane, and then she's gone. She takes it coast to coast herself.
Man-to-man defense has worked for the Lady Royals. And it's still working now. Sheehan gets the steal. She'll hold off, slow things down. Monahan with it, back to Sheehan for 3. No, front iron. Rebound grabbed by Spencer. Spencer, the other direction. Goes to coast, gets fouled as she puts it up, though she was well under the basket on that shot.
Yeah, but she went in controlled. It's not like she was, unable to control the basketball. So it's not. I don't feel like that's a bailout call in any sense.
No. Just got caught underneath. I think it would have been an interesting shot. As George Fox will have to talk to Coach
wholesale substitutions.
Copolino about the send one technique. But he'll bring in Haley Hartney. Hartney, definitely a weapon for him, but has struggled in this game. Also brought in Kaylee Bishop, and I believe the other one was Cassidy Posey. It can be Oregon sophomore.
Spencer also struggling here today, 0 for 5, 0 for 3 from beyond the arc, and she's an 82% foul shooter, but missed the first.
That one looked nice. George Fox with the point, back up by 8. Monahan, Recupero, Mason on the floor for Scranton, along with Serena and Rodriguez hiding in the corner. Recupero's got it. She's going to have to dribble it. Now gets it back to Monahan. They got a mismatch here. Take advantage of it. Inside to Recupero. No, but it'll be a foul instead on Spencer. Spencer doesn't like the call, but she made a lot of body contact to get around Recupero to get to that ball.
Well, I mean, Recupero was very aggressively posting up as well.
Great. Well, she had a
Recupero
good matchup.
Made a fair amount of body contact. Right.
Fair.
You talked about the mismatch, and they tried to take advantage of it. In this case, they got the foul at least. That's number 3 for Spencer.
Monahan has it. Top of the key. 3 on the way from Serena. Doesn't fall. That one went over the top. And George Fox coming back the other direction, clinging to an 8-point lead as Spencer nearly drags her pivot foot. Posey with it. Rodriguez will give her the lane. Close off. Somehow gets that pass off. And then Mason with the block.
Nice block.
Up ahead to Rodriguez. Monahan with it. 3 from Mason, left short. Everybody taking shots from outside has left a lot short today. And Coach Capolino needs to talk to his Bruins. Calls time out to discuss things. He will take a full timeout. We'll take it as well. Scranton trying to fight back into this, but George Fox, the number 9 team in the country, leads the number 2 team in the country by 8 here at the break.
The love of the game. But for those of us who are Division III student athletes, it's more than that, a lot more.
Sure, the game is important, but as we work so hard to build both mind and body, it's more about team.
That is why NCAA Division III teamed up with Special Olympics, and in giving the gift of sport to those for whom it seemed an impossible dream, we are working to make this a better world.
Help us keep that dream alive.
You can make a difference.
Division III allows you to give yourself to other things.
Having that free time allows me to pursue the things that I want to pursue.
We'll welcome you back as quickly out of the timeout, and George Fox immediately turns it over. Coach Capolino can't believe the call, but two officials making that one. Seems like an easy one for them, as that's the second time George Fox has called timeout today, Pat, and almost immediately turned the ball over on offense.
That's right. Good point. Yeah, that is the opposite of what you want to have happen as a coach.
Well, Monahan somehow gets that dribble away from the hands of Coleman. Monahan gets it over to Mason to Rodriguez. Rodriguez drives in, slips a little, but gains her feet back. And they'll set up with 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Monahan for three. Oh, that was halfway home and then hung on the rim and then still rolled over, and it'll stay Scranton possession. Jeez.
Yeah, I don't quite know how that didn't go down.
That's darn close. They will reset the shot clock to 30. As they said, George Fox had possession, and then it went out of bounds. So Scranton gets it. Rodriguez throws up a shot, missed. It'll be tied up, and that will remain with Scranton as Mason and Stowbridge go to the floor with the ball. Oh, no, they're going to say George Fox. The arrow says Scranton.
Well, now the
officials
arrow says
are
George Fox.
They're double checking that. It's confirmed. It is George Fox possession. 4:14 left to go in the third quarter. I'm Dave McHugh, Pat Coleman alongside for this top 10 battle. Scranton wanted a travel call.
He didn't have possession, so.
Three-pointer on the way, missed. Rimmed out for Coleman. Strong rebound by Recupero. Monahan up ahead. Recupero playing with 3 fouls. Had to miss much of the second quarter because of it. Rodriguez inside to Recupero. Backdoor cut to Mason, and a foul called as she tried to get to the ball. Though Recupero kind of led her a little too far.
Yeah, exactly. And Mason and Coleman just go in there and bang against each other. Both end up on the floor.
Second on Coleman.
15 foul here in the quarter.
Double bonus now in place for Scranton, so 2 shots here for Mason, who comes into the day 9 for 9 from the line and misses the first to the left a little bit hard.
George Fox 12 of 18 from the line on the afternoon. Scranton now just 3 of 5.
Second one up and in, so Scranton gets a point. Cuts the deficit back to within 7. 7's kind of been their Mendoza line. It's about as close as they can get before George Fox pulls away. Nick DePillo went with a zone defense to start this game, and George Fox ate it alive. Scranton has held them at least in check with the man defense, and another travel call on the Bruins, who now turned it over a 13th time. Though Scranton's only turned that into 7 points. Granted, this turnover still to be determined. 3:25 left to go in the third quarter. Monahan out there. She gets it over to Sharina. Over to Mason, back to Monahan. She uses a Recupero screen, but can't get the layup to go. Goes out of bounds. Stays Scranton possession with 9 on the shot clock. The only one on the floor who didn't touch that ball was Sheehan.
Just on the way out of bounds?
Yeah, fair. Monahan will lob it into Sheehan. She gets it into the corner to Serena. Drives a lane, float, layup. That puts the fall. And within 5 now, 38-33, Scranton has cut the deficit.
Yeah, and a pretty little possession right there, too. Just nice job finding the baseline, finding the basket.
Talk about a pretty move. Cannot get it to fall. Was Cassidy Posey. That was a tremendous move. Scranton with a chance to make this a 1-possession ball game, but a wonderful steal Stepping into the passing lane by Stowbridge. And George Fox will get it back with subs ready to come in. Coleman into the corner. 3 on the way. Buried it is Hartney.
Big shot right there. You talked about him getting back within 5, and George Fox gets a bucket there to get a little distance.
Recupero battling on the inside. They're trying to get it, but it's zone defense now from George Fox. And Recupero is banging hard on the inside. No call. Into the corner. 3 on the way. Does not fall for Recupero. No, correction. That Recupero is battling inside. It's Serena with a 3 in the corner. Less than 2 minutes to play. As George Fox certainly throwing some wrinkles here at the Lady Royals. George Fox has led for most of this game. Pump fake and a foul on Coleman's dribble. That's just a second foul for Scranton in this quarter.
And the first for Emily Sharina.
And wholesale subs here as we will see Kyra Quigley into the game for the first time this half. And we also see Rodriguez return along with Werhoftig.
Well, and Quigley's coming back in with 3 fouls. We mentioned Recupero has 3 fouls, although she comes off the floor. Sheehan with 3 fouls for Scranton. On the opposite side, Spencer and Hartney with 3 apiece for George Fox.
Scranton gets a little bit bigger here now with this move because Monahan's also now on the bench. Sheehan with the cutoff defense there.
Ooh,
another cutoff defense.
bad
Mishandled that time by Stowbridge. Scranton into the front court, and Sheehan pays for the attempt, but good sportsmanship there from Stowbridge to help her to her feet.
Yeah, but bad defense, really.
Yeah.
You're frustrated. You made a bad pass, right? You
Yeah.
turn the ball over, and then you come back and commit a foul on the other end as well.
So Stowbridge gets her first called on her. And so Coach Nick DePillo saying nothing but net to Sheehan, and Sheehan clanks it off the front iron. Of course, again, that weird shooting line here. The distance between the backboard and the backstop is great. Second one looked pretty good. So Scranton now within 7, if you've heard that one again.
Yeah.
Oh, a deflection in the full court, but cannot get the steal. So George Fox gets away with that one.
Pull it out, run your offense, run your offense.
Exactly. Spencer gets it off to Hartney and will get the ball back. It's 2v2 here, and Spencer being guarded by Sheehan. As we approach a minute left to go here in the third quarter, top of the key to Coleman. 8 seconds on the shot clock, and a foul was going to be called on Rodriguez at the top of the key, trying to fight through a screen.
But they came back out to run the offense, and then they kind of didn't run it. They kind of waited a little bit long to get started.
Team's third foul as Spencer will get the ball. She's now being guarded by Werhoftig. Screen again. Wow. Big contact on that screen. Into the corner. No. Left that three-pointer short, did Hartney. Rebounded by Sheehan. Here come the Lady Royals, trailing by 7 with 40 seconds left to go in the quarter. Sheehan, top of the key now to Quigley. Quigley hands off to Rodriguez. Rodriguez for 3. That does not go in off the backboard. Fight for the rebound, and Quigley's going to pick up a foul, trying to grab that rebound from behind. That's team foul number 4.
And you said Quigley. Personal number 4.
Quigley 4, yeah. Sorry, I
don't
got a
apologize.
little distracted there. Too many 4s. I didn't even realize Quigley had picked up that many so quick.
Yeah, not nearly as many as 7s. 7s are wild.
7s are wild. McCurdy in for Quigley. Of course, that means Quigley and Recupero both with somewhat quote-unquote foul trouble.
Obviously able to play for the last shot here.
Yeah, shot clock off, 10 seconds left. Stowbridge, spin move, fade away. Oh, rattles in, rattles out, goes back in.
Wow, nice move. You talk about that spin move, that was pretty. And they do not get a shot off.
No, that shot too late. It catches the net just as it goes down in front. But again, George Fox, Pat, withstands the run. But Scranton can't take advantage of it. The Bruins lead by 9 as we go to break. Can they pull off the upset, as it were? We'll find out in the final 10 minutes of this one, coming up next.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
In any way that we can.
To get a friend home safe.
To never blame the victim.
It's on us.
To stand up.
To make our community safe for all.
It's on us.
It's on us.
to look out for each other at parties.
It's on us.
To be more than just a bystander.
To step up and say something.
It's on us, all of us,
to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
Welcome back as George Fox got the 43-34 lead as we start the fourth quarter against the number 2 ranked team in the country, Scranton. Bruins trying to pull off the quote-unquote upset in these two programs in this battle. The Sales was not able to do it against Amherst in the first game.
No, but this is a really good battle, a really evenly fought, even though, as you mentioned, Scranton's had a hard time getting within 7.
Monahan starting this fourth quarter on the floor. Sheehan, the drive, off glass, no good. Fight for the rebound. Kept it alive, did McCurdy, but no, could not hold on to it.
Can't not have Monahan on the floor right now.
No, I agree. I think this is a smart move.
And she's only got 3 points here so far tonight, but, they need her. They need this offense to continue to run through her.
16 seconds on the shot clock. George Fox picking up the dribble was Holder. Kick out. Thought about a 3 with Spencer being guarded by Monahan. Might have gotten away with a little bit of a shove. Drive, a foul, and missed the shot, though, for Coleman. She'll go to the line to shoot, where she is 2 for 2 on the night.
Third quarter stats, Scranton just 5 of 15 from the floor and 0 for 6 from beyond the arc. But George Fox wasn't any better. 3 of 11 from the floor, 27%, 2 of 7 from beyond the arc.
Scranton 3 for 19 beyond the arc for this game as the first free throw is good. Back out to a double-digit lead here for the Bruins.
Coleman now with 9.
Missed the second, though. Strong rebound from Holder, and George Fox will get another possession.
It's Strobridge with 15.
And hold on, we got a stoppage here.
Number of seconds on the shot clock?
Shouldn't be. Looks correct to me.
I'm just, these are the things we stop games for now, right?
Yeah, it's just understanding the differences in the rules this year.
Strobridge with 15, Coleman with 9, Hartney with 8 for George Fox. On the opposite side, Mason with 13, Sheehan with 9, and then Rodriguez with 4 for Scranton.
Oh, the stoppages. Coach Capolino not sure what the change was.
Neither are we.
10 seconds on the shot clock, though. That pass going in the backcourt wasted a few seconds. Drive off glass, cannot fall for Spencer, as she finally shook Monahan. Monahan into the front court. Step back, 3! No, off the front iron. Strong rebound from McCurdy.
1 of 6 tonight for Monahan.
Back to Monahan.
That's not going to continue, right? She's going to put some of these in, and it's going to make a difference.
Uses a Recupero screen. Now they'll float it inside of Recupero. Can't hold on to the ball, and it's another turnover.
Nice job collapsing on her there as well.
That is the 10th turnover for Scranton. Who's being out-rebounded by George Fox, 30-23, we'll add. 8:18 left to go here in the contest between these two top 10 programs. Certainly been intriguing all game long. George Fox using a strong first quarter to maintain this lead. Fallback 3 by Stolbridge, no good. Scranton will come away from the fray with the ball. Monahan with it, up ahead into the corner. Sheehan with a quick move to the baseline, floater, layup, no good.
Yes.
Count it, go to the line. Wasn't sure if they were going to call that or Sheehan for possibly an offensive foul.
Well, that's the second time.
Close.
That's the second time, though, in here, fairly short order. We've seen a guard for Scranton get the ball in that corner, dribble baseline, and put a floater in.
I think it's been Sheehan both times, to be honest. Can't remember. Sheehan with another free throw here, hits it and completes the three-point play and gets back to that magical line of 7.
These two teams are really making each other look like they've made other opponents look this year.
Yeah.
George Fox averages 74 a game. Scranton averages just shy of 80.
Oof, another strong offensive rebound. That is rebound number 8.
Now, George Fox's opponents score 59 a game, and Scranton's opponents score 51. And that's what it's looked like.
Traveling violation, the shuffle of the feet by Spencer. I was going to say, rarely you get a game where you make the other team, both teams make the other team look like They do. You only see that usually in a tough Amherst women's game where they score like 22 points each.
Well, imagine if they'd not had that first quarter either.
Yeah, good point.
Where George Fox scored a full third of all the points that have been scored here tonight.
Recupero cuts it to within 5 on a quick pass inside from Mason. Recupero's been quiet, but that is point number, oh, geez, that's the first 2 points she's had tonight. That's how quiet it's been. 3 on the way. No, rattles out. Recupero with the rebound. Quickly up ahead to Mason. Mason will wait. She knew she didn't have numbers. Gets it over to Serena. Serena will get it to Monahan. Deep 3. Front iron, no good. She needed to be about 2 steps in from that distance. I don't think that's what they want on an offensive possession when you're within 5.
Agreed. You got time.
And Coach Capolino calls timeout.
Now George Fox has time. We go back to, we were talking about the press, right? It didn't have a lot of success. They went away from it. Scranton stopped doing it. What happened? George Fox actually stopped scoring points.
Yeah, good point.
25,
they went away from the zone and went away for the full court.
Right, 24 points in the first quarter. That sped the game up, right? George Fox definitely took advantage of it. They led that at the end of that first quarter by a score 24-9. Ever since then, it's been a little bit different. And so while that press probably would have, I still think, been more successful as the game wore on, they went away from it and they've been more successful. Scranton has. It's just that they got themselves in a 15-point hole at the end of one.
He's Pat Coleman. I'm Dave McHugh, courtside here at the 10th annual D3Hoops.com Classic. It's game number 4 of the tournament, game number 2 of the day. Our second top 10 battle as well. It's the number 9 George Fox Bruins lead the number 2 Scranton Royals 44-39 here with 6.5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Nice backdoor cut and feed, and that is 2 points for George Fox. First time coming out of a timeout that they've been able to execute on offense, and I'm being completely honest there.
Yeah, that's not facetious at all. Nice job there by Holder.
Nice feed into Recupero. She hits it. She'll go to the line.
Just the second bucket on the afternoon for Recupero. We talked about the fact that she spent most of the first half on the bench with 3 fouls. She still has 3 fouls, and now she's gotten herself back in the offense a little more.
Hope you're enjoying this one as we are coming down to the end. Scranton trying to fight back into the system, make it a 4-point game. They haven't been this close, Pat, since the first quarter, early in the first quarter, I should add.
Yes, quite some time.
5 points was where they got within a few moments, or in the third quarter at one point. But 7 had been kind of the line they couldn't cross. Now they're within 4, and George Fox needs to get its offense clicking. Less than 6 to play. Spencer with it, near side. She gets baseline, slices through the double team and off glass and in.
Help defense just a hair late in coming over. That gave Spencer all the room she needed to get between those 2 defenders and get the bucket.
5:40 left to go in this one. This one's shaping up to be a thriller at the end. Stepped out of bounds. Or is it an offensive charge? It's an offensive charge on Rodriguez. Nick DiPillo can't believe it, but that's 4th foul on her. And they just subbed in Monahan to replace Hofdig. So now Coach DiPillo's either going to stick with Rodriguez here in a full court man press with 5.5 minutes left, or he's got to find a sub. I don't know if he knows it's foul number 4. Into the corner, nearly lost by Spencer. Bounce pass inside to Holder. Holder trying to work Recupero. Missed it. Recupero just picked up foul number 4, and Nick DiPillo is at midcourt in frustration.
Scranton has all of these players that have struggled from the floor here tonight. They're shooting 33% at Rodriguez, 2 for 8. Sharina, 1 for 8. Monahan, 1 for 7. I think any one of these players gets hot here over the final 5 minutes can really turn the tide of this game.
Mason 6 for 12, but she's 0 for 4 from deep as the first free throw is no good for Holder.
Well, I mean, they're 3 for 21. Nobody is shooting well from beyond the arc.
Right.
Aside from Sheehan.
13 for 21 now for George Fox on the line.
Sheehan, that's not good. Sheehan 2 for 4 from beyond the arc for Scranton. Everybody else 1 of 17.
49-42. George Fox back out by 7. Monahan will bring it across. She's got Mason Recupero playing with 4 fouls. She also has Sheehan, and she's got Sharina on the floor. Mason with a heck of a move inside for 2.
Yeah, I mean, that's just pretty. She's got long arms, She's athletic. She can get around a defender like that, and that's a sorely needed bucket.
Mason, enough distraction to cause a turnover. Recupero nearly throws it away, holds on to it. Monahan with the ball. Crossover dribble, gets to the baseline, now needs help. Finds Recupero at the top of the key. She'll get it to Sheehan. Sheehan finds herself into the lane, off glass, missed it. Recupero not in the right position for the rebound, and it's back to the Bruins.
Well, tough to be in position for that rebound because
just
Sheehan
bad luck.
Sheehan just threw it up so strong and
Right.
off glass and no rim. Just a tough spot.
Any other layup, Recupero's in the perfect spot. Sheehan, that looks good, buried it.
Emily Spencer, that senior.
I said Sheehan, right, it was Spencer.
You did, wrong number 2, but that's all right. Big three-pointer right there again to give them that space. Goes from 5 back to 8.
Monahan now being harassed, but handles it well. Float pass to Recupero, tracks it down, a little strong from Mason. Recupero for 3, back iron, no good. Ball up in the air, finally pulled down by Hartney. And George Fox wants to slow things down here, bleed a little bit of clock. 3:45 left to go in this one. And I say this seriously, they are clinging to this 8-point lead.
Yeah, they got that bucket to get it from 5 to 8, that three-pointer by Spencer a moment ago.
Recupero still out there with 4 fouls, playing very well. Nearly thrown away, but tracked down by Stowbridge. 4 seconds on the shot clock. She'll throw up the 3. Back iron, no good. Easy rebound for Sharina, and Scranton has got to score here if they want to keep this momentum going. Monahan's going to chuck up a 3. Listen, that might be where we're seeing the freshman mistakes, and Nick DePillo makes a comment to her. She has done that 3 or 4 times as half, Pat, where she's come down and just chucked up a shot immediately. She does not need to do that.
No, that's way, way too deep, right? If you're someone
too
who's
quick.
Both of those things, right? You have the opportunity to, if nothing else, take a couple steps in and make a better shot.
Yeah, fair.
Even if you're insistent on taking that same shot, she took that one from about 26, and there were definitely better opportunities for her.
1 for 6 from beyond the arc now, and she has been well beyond the arc. And Coach Capolino calls timeout. That is his penultimate timeout. It will be a long one. We'll take it ourselves. 3 minutes, 8 seconds left in this battle. George Fox the lead. We'll take a break, come back. Join us.
I did receive a non-athletic scholarship upon entering school.
I got the presidential scholarship, which was huge for me.
I think there's more opportunities for academic scholarships in Division III.
I did receive academic scholarships. Just being involved on campus, being a leader, all those things combined kind of get me recognized. It's a great experience for me.
You may not realize it, but these words, often used to describe someone with a mental health condition, can be very harmful. In a country where 1 in 5 people are affected by a mental health condition, it's time for all of us to step up and change the conversation. Just because someone's struggle isn't obvious on the outside doesn't mean they aren't hurting on the inside. We need to see the person, not the condition. Join with me, pledge to be stigma-free.
Welcome back courtside as George Fox leads Scranton 52-44 in this battle of top 10 teams. Scranton is 10-0 entering today's game, looking to remain undefeated, where George Fox comes in 6-1, looking to knock off the number 2 team in the country. I'm Dave McHugh, Pat Coleman alongside. Hope you're enjoying this from wherever you're watching the D3Hoops.com Classic. We're at South Point Arena in Las Vegas. George Fox has the ball. They've been keeping Scranton at arm's distance since the first quarter when they blew out to a 15-point lead, 24-9. Scranton has tried to whittle themselves back in ever since. Into the corner, 3 on the way. Front iron no good for Spencer. Ball fought for, tied up, and that will go back to George Fox after Mason initially had the ball. Coach DePillo apparently wanted a foul called.
You know, and George Fox isn't winning this game from beyond the arc, but Scranton is definitely losing it from beyond the arc right now. 3 of 23 from three-point range, and just struggling.
Both shot it 23 times beyond the arc. George Fox has hit 5 more for 15 additional points, but they lead by 8. It's been as close as 4 in this second half for Scranton. 7 on the shot clock. Drive by Spencer, missed it, going out of bounds. Initially, George Fox, it will be Royals possession. And Coach Capolino, he thought he had it. Lost it, but he thought he had it.
Fairly demonstrative.
Yeah. Coming back in comes
As someone who's a quarter
Serena.
Italian, can I mention he's using his hands a lot?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes, he is. It is Monahan out there with Mason, also McCurdy. They've got Sheehan in the corner, and they also have Sharina. They're keeping Recupero on the floor as Mason's shot just rolls off the rim.
2 minutes left in the game. You can't afford to play foul things anymore.
No, you don't want to play the 4-foul game at all right now.
Unless you can offense-defense. But you need breaks in the action for that. And Recupero is not in the game right now.
Oh, Monahan had a good idea, but she ends up making contact with Spencer. Then Spencer landed on her knee and is a little slow to her feet. Coming in is Coleman and Holder.
Monahan's first.
First foul on Monahan. Monahan tried to go for the steal there, disrupted it just enough, but picked up the foul.
Fourth foul for Scranton.
So George Fox will be shooting 2 here on end. By the way, George Fox down to 1 timeout. 4 timeouts remaining for Scranton. Spin move. Does leave that short by Spencer. Monahan's got it. Here come the Royals. Up to Sheehan. Back to Monahan. Over to McCurdy. Over to Serena. 20 on the shot clock. Wide open McCurdy. Jump shot. Oh, that was halfway home and rolls out.
Not getting any breaks either, right?
No, they've had about half a dozen of those shots. Seem to be in and then roll out. Monahan all over Coleman here, but Coleman able to get rid of it. Less than 75 seconds left to go in this one. Falling to her feet was McCurdy, gave an opportunity, backdoor cut, left the layup short. Did Hartney, she's done that a few times tonight. Up ahead to Serena, she loses it, chucks it back, picked off by Strobridge, going the distance, lays it in. That might do it. 10-point lead, less than a minute to play.
Just a crazy sequence, but good job ball handling, good job keeping everything kind of in composure and finishing with the shots you can make.
Monahan with it. Step back, now it's a 3 you take. That one missed though. She's 1 for 7, unfortunately. 37 seconds left. Scranton's got a foul here, do they not?
Yes.
Letting the clock roll. Capolino looked like he just want to get him into the front court. Scranton's going to play this out. It's 7-second difference. Maybe they just feel this game they can't do anything about.
I just try to get one stop here, but that stop is going to cost them all but 8 seconds.
George Fox is going to pull off the upset. Scranton's going to suffer its first loss of the season and fall to 10-1. In the meantime, Tufts struggling against Christopher Newport, the #1 team in the country. 8 seconds left. That's going to do it. George Fox gets a rebound. The Bruins have pulled off the upset here. The 10th annual D3Hoops.com Classic, knocking off #2 Scranton and previously undefeated Royals. 54-44. Scranton, who had a chance, Pat, to make an argument for #1, has it slip through their fingers.
And this is what we were looking for, right? This is what we were hoping for when we had 2 games on the docket today between teams that come into the tournament in the top 10, and we got, this game, which, if you're going to look at the box score, it's not going to look like it was the barn burner that it was. It was almost always Scranton about 7 points behind, sometimes 8. Every once in a while, 5. Got it as close as 4. George Fox a couple times got big shots it needed, 3-pointers it needed to take those 5-point deficits back to 8. And then George Fox just a great job shutting things down at the end and just really never letting Scranton get into its offense, be successful on offense, because Scranton did nothing from beyond the arc, and Scranton shot very poorly from inside it as well.
Michael Capolino taking a moment to talk to Emily Sheehan as she walks off the floor. Capolino, of course, knowing this Scranton team from his experience at Mount St. Mary. But the final, George Fox with the upset. Quickly, before we get the stats, Scranton will get the day off and take on St. Vincent on Monday. They will start our 4-game coverage that day with the game against a pretty good St. Vincent squad, we should point out. In the meantime, George Fox will They'll be game 4 of 6 tomorrow. They'll take on University of New England, who has today off. They'll take on George Fox in the 4 o'clock game tomorrow.
University of New
England. That's local time, I should say.
True. University of New England here to watch George Fox in person. Talked with head coach Anthony Ewing about this. You'll see that interview on the website coming up a little bit later this evening.
So once again, we'll take a look at the stats. George Fox, the 54-44 win over Scranton. George Fox, we'll start with Scranton actually. They finished 17 of 56 from the floor at 30.4%, 3 for 24 from beyond the arc, 12.5%, and 7 for 10 from the free throw line. For George Fox, they finished 16 of 48 from the floor, took a lot less shots, didn't have to, and made one less, didn't really matter at 33%. 8 of 24 from beyond the arc. Again, that 5 made more shots being part of the difference, and 14 of 22 from the free throw line. Rebounding edge went to George Fox, 38 to 29 as well. For Scranton, they were led by Mackenzie Mason with 15 points on 7 of 14 shooting. Emily Sheehan had 12 points, the only one in double figures. The only other one even close was 5 points from Sophia Recupero. They all came in the fourth quarter. 4 points for Taylor Rodriguez, 3 points for Bridget Monahan. That came in the first quarter, I think. 2 points for Danielle McCurdy, Emily Serena with 2 points, and a point for Lily Warhoftig. Kyra Quigley played, was 0 for 2 from the floor. George Fox, they were led with 17 points by Haley Stowbridge on 6 of 12 shooting, 2 for 6 from beyond the arc. She didn't take a shot beyond the arc in the second half. 3 for 4 from the free throw line. Second on the team with 9 points is Emily Holder and Kylan Coleman. 8 points, for Haley Hartney. 6 points for Emily Spencer, 3 points for Kaylee Bishop, 2 points for Aubrey Baker, and Cassidy Posey was 0 for 2, also from the floor with no points on the night. So again, Scranton taking its first loss of the season. They are now 10-1. They will get the day off, and they will play, who did I mention earlier?
University of New England.
Thank you. No.
Oh, Scranton.
Scranton. They will get the day off to take on St. Vincent on Monday to start our final 4 games of the tournament. And George Fox will play the 4 p.m. local game, 7 o'clock Eastern game against University of New England. Pat, final thoughts before we get ready for our men's action for the day?
No, just to say that these were a couple of really great basketball games that I was very glad and proud to have here at our tournament. Let's put it that way. Great to see 4 of the top 10 teams in the nation up close. And if you are a person who's really focused on women's basketball, keep an eye on that Tufts Christopher Newport game, which last update was Tufts with a 60-57 lead with 4 minutes left in the ball game. So
they
keep
were
an
down
eye on
by
that one.
7 at halftime. So that's a battle against Christopher Newport, who's not exactly as strong as they have been.
Next in line to kind of inherit some of the points that Scranton might lose here.
Yeah.
Bowdoin won today by 50. Mary Hardin Baylor remains undefeated as well.
Absolutely. Coming up next, it's our usual guest here at the D3Hoops.com Classic. It's Ramapo. They will be taking on Muskingum.
I thought you were going to say it's Ira Thor.
Well, it's him too. Ira Thor will make his first appearance. That's our 6 o'clock local, 9 o'clock Eastern game. And then coming up at 8 o'clock local, 11 o'clock Eastern, New Jersey City will take on Central. Thanks for tuning in for this one. Appreciate it, folks. We will be stopping this stream. We'll have more links on D3Hoops.com for the start of our next and subsequent games. Once again, George Fox the upset on Scranton, 54-44. This production aided by Production Truck Software from Blue Frame Technology, and of course our friends at Sport Tours International and South Point Arena. For Pat Coleman and the rest of the crew, I'm Dave McHugh. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We will see you back here in a little bit. We'll start our broadcast in about 10 minutes time, 15 minutes on the coverage for the game between Muskingum and Ramapo.